we are, folks. Here we are, and there we are. I should come up with some sort of game to start these off because it does take a good 2 minutes for everybody to load in here live. And I know everyone watching after the fact isn't watching live and they'll watch it right from the beginning. But I definitely got to do some kind of something or other.
I'm sharing Jake's microphone. You guys, is there a full moon out these days? There is one thing after another. It's the weirdest thing.
Seriously.
People getting sick, people getting in car accidents, people having to move, something happens with their house. We are so fortunate, cheers, with what we do and Sam being here and Jake being here and that we're able to spin and pivot because definitely those things on the side of the road.
It's all a big puzzle and we got some pieces hidden under the couch right now.
And we're looking for them.
Well, we're going to find them and we're going to put it right together, and that's how we're doing it out here. We're talking business, we're not talking glass, but I'm about to be talking glass in a second, folks. But let everybody load in. We're about 22 or so people right now. We got some familiar names, a couple unfamiliar names, and it's just a beautiful thing. That was a suggestion. If you guys are part of the Glass Academy Addicts page, I posted my ultra rough drawing of the new t-shirt design we want to do for the Hot Shop. Just for the Hot Shop staff and for whether we're in front of the camera or not. Nothing to do with the gathering point. And, Robin's filming the film over here because she's so excited about these goblets, you guys. I'll get to those in a minute. But, yeah, if you guys are part of the Glass Academy Addicts Facebook page, if you're a certified Glass Academy addict, then you saw that picture. And I asked for a few more sayings, some phrases for the back of the shirt. I got a really good one. I'm really leaning towards Talk Glassy to me right now, with flames all over the shirts, coming up the arms and whatnot. But there were a couple really good ones that were posted in there, and I appreciate everyone's support. And I'm going to go read through them all again and just take a good gander and see, because it's nice when we get you guys involved in what's going on around here too. Let me kick this fan on because it's kind of warm around these parts. There was a good week out here in Dearborn, Michigan that it was getting pretty chilly. It was pretty cold for a minute there, and I thought that we were right into fall. Some leaves are dropping, but it was like 90 the other day, and it's pretty hot today, and we're still enjoying the full blast heat around here. So let's take a good old look, folks. We got Sue, Dana's in the house, Mary Lou, the first three to comment, right here at 1:30, ready to go. We got Karen, Carolyn, Pammy, the Aussies in the house, Heidi, what's happening, the Canadian, Pam, Veronica, what is happening from California. I gotta say, I love when people put emojis in the chat and put colorful emojis and just spruce up their comments a little. It's really cool to see, so I appreciate that. Linda Brodka, it's a nice reveal for you. She's watching on YouTube right now. We got Rosie, welcome back. What's happening? Dawn's in the house. Hashtag old. Dave Worth. Oh, if you're new, hashtag new. We got Pammy over here. She's old for sure. She's been around. Dave, what's up? Amy likes, I assume she means talk glassy to me. And then Mindy's with Pammy. We got some oldies in the house here, some veterans. But welcome in, you guys. People keep loading in. If you guys have questions, you know the deal. Ask questions. I'm looking at the comments. I want to talk to you. I'm going to go through a lot of different products. I will say we are about to get into production after this, and so I got to keep things a little bit on the front end of things. We had a little change in schedule. The holes are ready to go. Everything's on and burning and ready to work, so I don't want to spend an hour talking when we got this sort of situation happening. So maybe I'll just do 45 minutes. But anyway. Aussie. She's an Aussie. Aussie? Aussie? Isn't it spelled like A-U-S-S-I-E? Aussie? That's all right. I'm not from there. You can correct me all day, Pammy. It's Aussie, and I'll call you an Aussie from now on, for sure. That's true, Don. That's true. Linda, wait till you see this guy up close. These are some beautiful pieces to be shown off. I'll start briefly with the experimental show from last week. And I gotta just make a general apology for my frustration during experimental shows. And as you know, and as Michelle and I talk about in the experimental show, I have this tendency to expect the greatest piece and to do it perfect the first time that I do it. And usually with the experimental shows, that's not the case. I need to control my emotions better, but at least you guys can see that glass blowing can be super frustrating. When we're on the Gathering Point show and we lose a piece, I'm more frustrated when my design doesn't turn out the way I want it than when you actually lose a piece. Because when you lose a piece, you know what you're doing. You're all there. You made a mistake. It falls and hits the floor. You got to do it again. It's a bummer. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. But that's just what it happens, and we've been doing that for a long time. When I think up a really cool design and it makes perfect sense in my brain and I'm so excited to do it, like the pine cone and like the warty pumpkin, and I go to do it and it doesn't turn out anything like what I was thinking, that's what frustrates me. So I'll do better for sure. That's my mistake, but Michelle did jump in and save the piece. I was ready to toss it, and we do have a pumpkin that's been created from the experimental show. So take a look at this. Now this is a warty pumpkin. We got, the prompt was something to do with warts. The pumpkin itself is gorgeous. Bumpy pumpkin, and we just interpreted it as a warty pumpkin. Because we were talking about it on the Gathering Point show. But Michelle rolled all these Marini pieces. I mean, that looks pretty warty right there. Now, is that spelled warty or warty? W-A-R-T-Y? I would say so. So, that's a warty pumpkin, folks. This guy's going to be for sale. We might even take it out to the Ren Fair and see if someone understands the situation and knows what's going on with it. But that's an interesting one. We'll leave it at that. Here comes Michelle's next piece. This was not to do with the warty pumpkin, but this was an experimental show dome that she made. She really wants to design and create a new class style here. And this is pretty darn cool. This is, if you heard about it on the show, she was talking about it like this would be the dome over a case or over a light bulb with a nice base on it. And it could be a bedside nightstand. Super cool custom piece, and this would be a class, so you would pick out your colors, you would design the piece, you would pick out the shape and the style, you'd be blowing it out, and you would be making your own bedside piece, which is pretty cool. I gotta say, I'm a humongous, I was thinking about it last night, fan of legitimate alarm clocks next to your bed, and or if this had a base on it that had an alarm clock on it, that'd be cool too. That's up to Michelle as she's designing the class, but nobody, I mean, a lot of people do. I think it's human nature, but it's a really beautiful thing to not wake up and have to turn off your phone and then look at it and see all the messages and all the stuff that's happening in life, and it's just treachery. So I'm really happy that I've got a little alarm piece sitting on the side, and if this was something like that, I can understand having that night table all decked out with custom glass that you made and all your special trinkets over there. It's a pretty cool thing. So I love where Michelle's going with this idea, and I'm really excited to see how that piece turns out. Spelled Aussie, pronounced Ozzy. Oh yeah. Susie's turned out amazing. Kelly's loving the warty pumpkin. That's right. Pretty beautiful, beautiful. Hello, Amy. What's happening? And the dome is super sweet. Oh man. If I had an alarm clock on the base, it wouldn't survive a week in my bedroom. I think Dawn's letting us know that she's a full arm slapper when she wakes up in the morning. She rolls over in bed and she just sends the whole forearm at her alarm clock. So maybe, Dawn, this class won't be for you, but I hear where you're coming from. I know that energy. All right, so moving on from that, we'll get into the actual show. These were experimental show pieces. If you guys watch the experimental show on Sunday regularly, let me know in the chat. It's cool to know. I know the numbers aren't quite as high because it's not live. We're not talking to you as we're doing it, but we do some really cool, creative, one-of-a-kind pieces on that show. This next week, I do believe we're going to be sampling some cane. We're going to be pulling cane for Christmas season and for the cane pumpkins that we're going to do for our holiday VIP show, or our Harvest VIP show, October 13th. Get your tickets for that. But this is going to be a pretty cool experimental show. And if you guys haven't seen cane, if you're new to the show, it's a ridiculous cool process. So take a look at it and stay tuned. I just accidentally swiped off and reloaded my screen for the last 5 messages or so. I missed them. If it was something cool and important, which most of them are, just say them again if you want me to see it. So the first piece of the show, this is a crazy one, folks, and this is, and I know Michelle isn't around here so I could talk freely about it, this is the reason that Michelle has pushed so hard against selling our one-of-a-kind pieces on the show before they cool down and be annealed. One, because she says they can break. Two, because we don't know the shipping weight, so we can't give you an accurate quote on shipping, but now we've decided we're just going to do free shipping for the one-of-a-kind live feed pieces that people purchase. The third one being, what happens if the color goes haywire on us? And take a look at this, folks. I told you about it on the show. This was flamingo pink and a beautiful opaque, bright, like fire hydrant red. Look at what happened. What would you guys describe this color as? Liver brown? Purple? I mean, the gold still looks beautiful here, and it's not, I mean, the splash shape is, like, awesome. I really love the shape of the splash. I mean, that's just super watery. But the color's not what I was expecting. I was thinking pinks and reds. I thought it was going to be bright. You got the two gold pieces here that are really blinging, really nice. It's still a beautiful piece. Luckily, this piece didn't sell on the show because whoever purchased that would have expected a pink or red piece. So it's still available, it's still on the website. Now we got the legitimate colors shown to you guys, and we know what the deal is. And honestly, we're pretty good about our colors. We really know what works well with what. What I didn't know is that flamingo we had out, which we don't use that often, that's a really great color for gnome noses, and we use it for various other products, but it's not a color that I've ever brought out when we're making mugs. It's not a bright, vibrant color, so it's something that's specific to maybe something like a flamingo. It's exactly a flamingo color. So what I didn't realize was that color mixed with a red, which is a very reactive color. You put that with, I could list off 5 or 6 other colors red doesn't mix with. I probably should have done a different color on it. This is not just layering it and leaving it on there. This is twisting it and mixing the colors together and giving it a super color swirl. So it's definitely my mistake, but that's how you learn. And now I know those two colors aren't going to work well, whether it's the flamingo that's a little bit reactive. We know red is super reactive. That's probably what led the charge on this one. So that's the deal. But it is, thank you, Pam, it is still gorgeous. I still love the piece. It's still going to go in our gallery and be a gorgeous thing if it's not purchased online to be a part of somebody's set that they already have. But that's that. Pretty cool, pretty informative. Learning for us, learning for you guys. Pretty good deal. Thanks for that comment, Linda. Love the experimental shows. Glad you don't do it live. A little variation because it allows you to be creative without entertaining us. And when we're entertaining folks, we're just having a good time. I mean, I love talking to you guys and having a good time, but I definitely do agree that when we could focus and we can not be looking at the comments, which I love to do and talk to you guys, it gives a little more brain power for me to kind of get involved in that piece. And there's been 4 or 5 pieces that I'm really proud of that have came out of the experimental shows, I think for that reason. Still working on getting Joey to lamp work a lightning bolt, a small like 2-inch lightning bolt for my cloud piece. That's one I'm super proud of, and as long as it all comes together, those 3 pieces, I can get them into one. I can't wait to show that one off, but that's an experimental piece that's pretty hardcore. Lisa, black and white do work fine together. I'm gonna have to just hold on that call. But black and white are just fine together. Black and white don't mix. They don't have color reactions. They're a really good set of colors. I don't know the chemics behind which colors will react with other colors, but it does be happening. Colors went muddy. Looks almost purple. That's what Sam was saying. It did come out different. Eggplanty, dark mushroom. Looks like the perk. Gold is sweet. Shape is great. Watercolor cleaning brush gray. That's a cool comment. That one might win them all right there. Very cool, Al. That's on YouTube. Pamela's watching on YouTube. We got still a lot of love for the splash. Pam's gonna, oh, I forgot Pam's coming in December from Australia. That is super hype. And I can't guarantee it's gonna be here, Pam, but we'll make you something. Moving on, we made 2 different feathers, and this is really cool, the way these feathers turned out. The large one is sold, the small one is not. We're gonna put them on wood bases. But look at the way they lined up. We spoke about it on the show. The white stripes on this side, no white on this side. You turn it, this one's got a darker iridescence, this one's more of like a tobacco. And Chris actually pulled out specific cane for this piece. So it's not a regular candy cane. He picked out a nice kind of white, that's even more like a flamingo pink, and then a nice orange, and gave him a nice hand twist. Twisted out beautifully. And then you got this guy, the smaller of the two. That's more of like a, that's more of like an amber that matches the feather color with a white. Beautiful twist. Iridescent on this is pretty crazy, and these are just a beautiful, well put together, and just very, very sweet product that Michelle designed. This is a one-of-a-kinder. We had some on the show. We still do have some available on the website from the show. They're all individual, specific wood bases, super contemporary, super tasty artwork, and really proud to have this and be putting this in the gallery here soon. The rest that don't sell, we're going to take out to the Ren Fair this weekend, and I know they're going to be gone in a heartbeat. That's Ren Fair material all day. So pretty excited about that. Very cool. Oh, Pam. Dang, I was mixing up Pam and Pammy. Ah! Well, Pammy, eventually, someday you'll get over here. Son of a gun. Oklahoma. Still a little bit of a hike right there. We'll take it though, Pam. That's going to be a good time. Love the feathers. Love this. Love that. Carrie's at work. She's not supposed to be on, but Carrie's in the house, as they say in Pittsburgh. That's how they pronounce the word house. House. It's kind of crazy. And Lisa, we're out here, in Dearborn, Michigan. Thank you, Sam. Dearborn, Michigan, about 10, 15 minutes outside of the heart of Detroit. And we've been here for about 16 years, started the business in Detroit. Family business, making glass. This is show 178 that we're on right now since the pandemic, and we're doing it. So to get into this action, which is pretty much the bread and butter of the show, we started with, Chris made a matching set of wedding goblets for Robin's niece, who is getting married, I forget when, in a few months. But just take, first of all, they're perfectly exactly the same height. I know I said that was like, well, yeah, maybe it is like a 1/16 of an inch taller over here, but it's ridiculous. To do that by hand, look at the proportions too. It's like, sometimes you can nail it exactly the same height, but sometimes this cup top's taller and this stem's taller, and it works out perfect. Here comes Robin. When she saw these the other day, she screamed across the shop.
I did scream. They're perfect.
They're perfect.
Feel beautiful in the hand.
The weight is good.
The weight is good. Perfectly balanced. Very, very nice.
It's a gorgeous set.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Chris did it all. Cheers. That was, so that's Robin. You guys know her. Glass Academy addict and connoisseur of the shipping department. She got this set lined up for her niece, and the proportions are beautiful. The soft twist is gorgeous. Green fade up into clear. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Give it to me, Betsy. Look at that. One thing that we really loved, and I talked about on the show, look at the way the iridescence is here and here, and then because there's no iridescence under this rosetta in the middle, the blue pops even more. It doesn't get hidden by that metallic sheen. These are just ridiculous, folks. Right here on the bottom, you can always have, for an extra $5, get something hand-scribed on the bottom. Julia and Chase, 9/17/2022. And then you got Chris, oftentimes in goblets, when he's making something he's really proud of, he'll hop in and say, I need to sign that one. Usually it's just stemware. This is the stuff that will last a long time. It has a lot of sentimental value, and he likes to have his name on those. As you know, it's always a team effort. It takes a whole, more than just two people blowing glass. It takes a whole 12,000 square foot building full of amazing people to be making this stuff happen. So it's super cool that we're able to put that together, put it on the show, stream it to you guys, see that happen. And if you guys got family members getting married, they're gonna have these forever. And a lot of times when they get goblets for their wedding, it'll come out as an anniversary situation. They'll find a beautiful spot up on their shelf. We always say use your drinkware as much as you can. Use them more than this. But if anything, If you got your wedding goblets up there, you pull them out every year at your anniversary. You have some sort of fancy, fancy bottle of wine or water or something, and just enjoy and reminisce the love for each other. It's super cool. So that's just awesome. I love it a lot. Nicole, we'll see you on Monday at the Ren Fair. Everyone's showing a lot of love for these. Lisa, we ship all over. Since the pandemic, we've tried shipping internationally, and it's worked out in some cases, but we ship most definitely within the United States all the time. Our website's packed full of all our proudest, our most intentional products and the things we really want to be representing the Glass Academy. And we also every week do a rotating selection of one-of-a-kind pieces or something we want to highlight, and then we do it on the show. So check out the website. We ship everything. This beautiful goblet will be shipped out to Linda out in California, and that's going to be super cool, and that's what I'm about to get into right now. Super awesome. April's in the house. What's happening? Just caught her mom popping onto the screen. I love it. And boom, that's it. Dawn's got a nice selection of drinkware. She does use those quite frequently, and we love that. That's what it's all about. But folks, this is just really out of control. This is just a ridiculous piece, and I mean, there's probably not too much I need to even say about it. You guys all have seen our shows. You know the talent and you know the ridiculousness it takes to make a piece like this. Look at the straight optics up here. He kept them straight. It's almost impossible, near impossible, to keep them straight at the very edge because of the manner of which you open the glass. But look at the flamingo in the middle here. That's not pink, that's flamingo colored. It's got a beak on it. We put two eyes on it. It's on there sturdy. This connection is strong with a little glass coming over the edge, so it's extra strong. And then the most important thing, which I don't know if I would have thought of if I was making this, was the way he touched the head down to the body. If that thing was floating out and about and the tip of the schnauzer here, if that was floating around, it would definitely be a bit precarious. But this is a tall piece, folks. This is a one-of-a-kinder. This is a piece that is going down in history. I know Chris took some pictures of it, of both of these sets. He's got this one signed. I was really happy to be a part of that situation, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's seriously just ridiculous. What a gorgeous piece. I hope this one, I hope that show, if there's any show to share out there and spread around the internet, that's a really good one. You can go back, share that to your feed, send that to a couple of your friends, because that's pretty cool glass blowing. We got a wide selection of beautiful pieces on the show. It was a great show. It's nice having Joey back. Everyone's just working together like champs. We're out here, and just like Michelle said at the beginning of the show, we do have some sort of trickery going on. You know, we've had a couple accidents within our employees. We've had people getting sick, and everything's going around. We've all been through it. I had COVID a couple weeks back. It's a crazy time to be alive, but that's just the beauty of it. And when it all starts running together, and we put together a 2-hour show like this and make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, whether they're custom or one-of-a-kinders, it just feels good, and I'm happy that you guys are with us when we're doing it. It's a super cool thing. So I'm going to take one more look at the comments here, folks. Any last questions, send them in. That flamingo totally takes the show. Linda got the hookup. Veronica, this is insane. Pam, I love it. Flamingo's incredible. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's pretty much it right there, folks. They just killed it. They killed it. I was walking around the shop just talking to you guys. I was blowing glass all day, and so was Joey actually too, but I don't mind just getting on the show and talking a little bit and enjoying it. The splash was something that I helped out with, but it was just a great show. The chemistry's good. Everything's good, folks, and I hope everything's good for you guys as well. We're going to sign it off. We're going to get to the experimental show. You guys tune in on Sunday. We send it out in our newsletter via email, via the internet. And it's going to be pre-recorded, so there will be no comments. You guys can comment on Facebook and YouTube. Is it just on YouTube that we post those? Yeah, just on YouTube. Become a VIP member, guys. Support our show. We're not getting paid to do this right now, but we do love talking about the glass. We got a lot of tech that we got to get figured out, and $5 a month does add up for us, and it really supports what we're doing. You guys are the sponsors of this show, and it will get you a free ticket into our October 13th VIP Pumpkin Show. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your Thursday, and if you're in Australia and it's Friday already, or Wednesday, or Wherever you guys are, that there's a lot of time change. Hope that day, whatever it may be, is great for you too. And enjoy the weekend, folks. We will talk to you real soon.